Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract wealth, while others struggle endlessly? Do you sometimes feel that no matter how hard you work, abundance always seems just out of reach? Well, I'm here to tell you that there is a powerful secret you can begin using today that can turn your financial situation around, and it all starts with a simple phrase. Yes, you read that right. A single, powerful affirmation spoken every morning has the potential to unlock your prosperity and flood your life with riches beyond your imagination. But here's the catch. This isn't just about saying words. It's about understanding the invisible forces that govern the universe. If you want to learn how to draw financial miracles into your life, stay with me until the end, because this is the kind of life-changing knowledge that will shift your reality completely. Words are powerful. They shape our reality in ways we often fail to recognize. Every day we are presented with countless opportunities to either create abundance or maintain scarcity, and these decisions are made primarily through the language we use. Language is the tool by which we communicate not only with others but also with ourselves and the universe. Every word we speak carries energy, and that energy travels into the world, attracting similar energies back to us. This is why the words we use are so important, especially when it comes to creating wealth. When we wake up in the morning, we are setting the tone for the entire day. We have a choice. We can begin the day with complaints about our finances, worry about bills, or focus on the limitations of our current situation. Or, we can choose to start the day with words of affirmation, focusing on the abundance that is already present and the wealth that is on its way. What we choose to say to ourselves in these quiet moments has a profound impact on what we manifest in our lives. The affirmation, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," is more than just a simple sentence. It's a declaration of your intention. It's a command you give to the universe. When you say this with conviction, you are declaring that your current financial situation is temporary, and you are ready to welcome abundance. You are planting a seed, a powerful seed that will grow into a reality. But just as a seed requires time, nurturing, and consistent care to flourish, your affirmation requires belief, patience, and consistent repetition to bear fruit. The act of speaking this affirmation every morning serves several purposes. First, it reminds you of your potential and the infinite possibilities that lie before you. The world is full of opportunities, but they are invisible to those who are not tuned into them. The words you speak help you tune into the frequency of abundance, allowing you to see and act upon opportunities that you might otherwise miss. When you wake up each morning and say, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," you are aligning your thoughts and energy with the energy of abundance, which in turn opens your mind to opportunities that bring you closer to your financial goals. Second, this affirmation helps reprogram your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is responsible for our automatic thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors. It operates in the background, influencing our decisions and actions without us even being aware of it. The beliefs we hold about money, wealth, and success are often deeply ingrained in our subconscious, and they can either help or hinder our ability to attract abundance. By repeatedly saying, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," you are sending a clear message to your subconscious that wealth is your birthright, that it is already on its way to you, and that you are ready to receive it. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It simply accepts whatever information is repeated to it over and over again. So, when you consistently speak words of abundance, your subconscious begins to believe that wealth is already part of your life. As a result, it starts to make decisions and take actions that align with this belief. Your choices in spending, saving, and investing will become more aligned with attracting wealth. You will start noticing opportunities that you may have overlooked before, and your actions will be driven by the belief that money is abundant and flowing into your life. Another important aspect of the affirmation is its ability to shift your emotional state. Emotions are an essential part of the manifestation process. The law of attraction works through the energy you emit, and emotions are the most powerful form of energy. When you say, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," you are not just saying words, you are also invoking a positive emotional response. You are filling yourself with feelings of excitement, joy, and gratitude as you imagine your financial situation improving. These positive emotions send out vibrations that attract similar positive experiences into your life. The more you focus on the abundance that is already on its way, the more you will feel the joy of having it, and the more you will align yourself with the vibration of wealth. This shift in emotion is crucial. When we focus on lack or scarcity, we create a negative emotional state that repels abundance. Thoughts of worry, fear, and doubt lower our energy and prevent us from attracting the opportunities that could lead to wealth. But when we focus on abundance, when we affirm that wealth is already flowing to us, our emotions shift to a higher frequency. This higher frequency is more aligned with the energy of prosperity, and it acts as a magnet for the wealth we desire. It's also important to understand that words are not just about what we say, but how we say them. The tone, belief, and energy behind the words matter just as much as the words themselves. When you say, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," say it with conviction. Feel the words in your body. Speak them as though they are already true. If you say these words with doubt or uncertainty, you are not aligning with the vibration of abundance. But if you say them with belief, passion, and excitement, you are sending out a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive everything you desire. Repetition is key when using affirmations. The more consistently you repeat your affirmation, the more you reinforce the new belief in your subconscious mind. Every time you say, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," you are reprogramming your mind to accept wealth as your reality. You are slowly but surely replacing old beliefs of scarcity with new beliefs of abundance. This process takes time, but with consistent practice, the new belief becomes a part of who you are. Eventually, your subconscious mind will no longer question your affirmation. It will simply accept it as truth. In addition to reprogramming the subconscious, affirmations also serve as a reminder of your power and your purpose. We live in a world that often tells us we are powerless or that our circumstances define us. But this is a lie. You are not defined by your current financial situation. You are defined by the thoughts, beliefs, and actions you take to create the life you desire. The affirmation, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," is a powerful reminder that you have the ability to change your reality. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a creator of your own destiny. By saying this affirmation every morning, you are taking control of your financial future. You are claiming your right to abundance and prosperity. You are acknowledging that you are worthy of wealth and that you are ready to receive it. And as you continue to say these words with belief and conviction, you will begin to see the transformation in your life. The universe will respond to your words by sending opportunities, ideas, and resources your way. Your financial situation will begin to shift, and you will find yourself moving closer and closer to the financial overflow you have affirmed. It's important to remember that your words are not just wishful thinking. They are the building blocks of your reality. What you say and believe becomes what you experience. So if you want to change your financial situation, start by changing the words you speak. Say, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," every morning, and watch as your reality begins to reflect the abundance that is already yours. The law of attraction is a universal principle that asserts that like attracts like. It tells us that the energy we emit through our thoughts, feelings, and actions attracts experiences and people that match that energy. This principle is at the core of the manifestation process, and it has a profound impact on our financial reality. What we believe, what we think, and how we feel about money directly influences the flow of wealth into our lives. If we focus on lack, scarcity, and limitation, we draw more of the same into our experience. However, if we choose to focus on abundance, prosperity, and financial freedom, we magnetize wealth and opportunities into our lives. When we speak affirmations like, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," We are actively engaging the law of attraction. This affirmation is a declaration of our belief in abundance, a belief that money is not something to be earned through struggle and hardship, but something that flows to us naturally and effortlessly. The universe operates on energy, and the energy of wealth is no different. Money is simply energy, just like everything else in the universe. When you affirm that your bank account is overflowing with wealth, you are aligning your energy with the energy of money, and in doing so, you create an energetic match that draws wealth to you. The key to making the law of attraction work for you is understanding that your thoughts and emotions are the driving force behind the energy you emit. When you say, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," you are not just reciting words, you are shifting your thoughts and emotions to align with the abundance you seek. This shift is crucial because, without the proper mindset, even the most powerful affirmations can fall flat. If you say the words, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," but deep down you don't believe it, then you are not truly aligning with the energy of wealth. Instead, you are just saying words with little to no conviction, and that lack of belief cancels out the positive energy you're trying to attract. The law of attraction works on the basis of vibrational matching. Everything in the universe has a frequency or vibration, and we attract experiences, people, and opportunities that match our own vibration. When you consistently affirm, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," you are raising your vibration to match the frequency of abundance. As you do so, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in your life. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach will begin to appear. Ideas for generating income will come to you more easily. You may find yourself drawn to people who can help you manifest your financial goals. These are not coincidences. They are the direct result of your thoughts, words, and emotions aligning with the energy of wealth. But it's not just about thinking positively. It's about feeling the abundance as if it has already arrived. The law of attraction doesn't respond solely to your thoughts, it also responds to your feelings. The universe is always listening to your emotional state, and it reflects that state back to you. When you say, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," you must feel the joy, gratitude, and excitement that would come with having an abundant bank account. You must tap into the emotions associated with having money, even if your current financial situation doesn't reflect it yet. This is where the magic happens. When you embody the feeling of abundance, the universe has no choice but to respond by sending you more of it. One of the most powerful aspects of the law of attraction is the idea of alignment. In order for the law of attraction to work in your favor, you must be in alignment with the abundance you seek. This means that your thoughts, emotions, and actions must all be in harmony with the energy of wealth. For example, if you say, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," but you constantly worry about money, make decisions based on fear, or hold limiting beliefs about your ability to make money, you are not in alignment with the energy of abundance. Instead, you are sending out mixed signals to the universe, which causes confusion and blocks the flow of wealth. To align with abundance, it's essential to shift your mindset and adopt empowering beliefs about money. The beliefs you hold about money shape the way you interact with it. If you believe that money is scarce or that it's hard to come by, you will create experiences that reinforce those beliefs. On the other hand, if you believe that money flows easily and effortlessly into your life, that it is abundant and available to you at all times, you will create experiences that reflect those beliefs. The law of attraction responds to your dominant thoughts and feelings, so it's important to consciously cultivate a mindset of abundance. As you repeat the affirmation, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," you are training your mind to think in terms of abundance. You are rewiring your brain to focus on the opportunities, resources, and possibilities that are available to you. This shift in mindset is incredibly powerful because it opens you up to new ways of thinking about money. Instead of seeing money as something you have to work hard for or something that is always just out of reach, you begin to see it as a natural part of your life. You start to notice the many ways in which money can flow to you, through your job investments, side projects, or unexpected windfalls. The more you focus on the abundance that is already present in your life, the more the universe will send you opportunities to create even more abundance. The law of attraction is not a one-time event, it is a continuous process. As you continue to affirm, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," you begin to build momentum. The more you focus on abundance, the more you attract it. The more you believe in your ability to create wealth, the more wealth you will create. The universe responds to your consistency and your belief. It's important to remember that the law of attraction doesn't work on a timeline. Sometimes, the manifestations we seek take time to materialize, but this doesn't mean that the law of attraction is not working. It simply means that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring everything into alignment. The key to manifesting wealth through the law of attraction is to trust the process. Trust that the universe is always working in your favor, even when you can't see immediate results. Trust that your affirmation, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," is being heard and that abundance is on its way. The universe always responds to our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, but we must remain open and patient as we wait for the manifestations to appear. When we trust the process, we allow the universe to deliver our desires in the perfect way and at the perfect time. Prosperity is often misunderstood as something external, something that requires constant striving and external validation. Many people view wealth as a destination they need to reach through hard work, sacrifices, and sometimes even luck. However, prosperity is not just about the accumulation of money, possessions, or status. It is a mindset. A prosperous mindset is rooted in the belief that abundance is not only possible but inevitable. It is a way of thinking and living that attracts not only financial wealth, but also health, relationships, and personal fulfillment. The idea of prosperity as a mindset can be a revolutionary concept for many, as it shifts the focus from what you have or don't have to how you think about what you have. It's about shifting your mental and emotional state to one of abundance, regardless of external circumstances. When you adopt a prosperous mindset, you begin to see the opportunities around you that you may have once missed. Instead of focusing on what's lacking in your life, you begin to focus on what you already have and what you are capable of attracting into your life. The belief in abundance becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. At the core of a prosperous mindset is the belief that the universe is abundant. We live in an abundant world where the resources, opportunities, and potential for wealth are limitless. However, many people are conditioned to see the world through the lens of scarcity. From a young age, society often teaches us to believe that resources are limited, that we must work hard to earn money, and that financial success is only achievable by a select few. This belief in scarcity is deeply ingrained in many people's minds and influences the way they think, feel, and act toward money. They see it as something to be pursued, something that is hard to come by, and something that can slip through their fingers at any moment. This belief in scarcity creates a mindset of lack, and when you operate from a mindset of lack, you are constantly in a state of fear and struggle. You are always focused on what you don't have, and this focus on lack becomes a powerful magnet for more lack. It's like trying to fill a bucket that has holes in it. No matter how much you pour in, it will never stay full. On the other hand, a mindset of abundance is like a bucket with no holes. The more you fill it, the more it fills up, and it continues to overflow. Adopting a prosperous mindset means changing the way you perceive the world and your place in it. It means understanding that wealth is not a limited resource that must be fought over, but an energy that flows freely and abundantly in all directions. When you see the world as abundant, you stop feeling threatened by other people's success. Instead of feeling jealous or envious of others' wealth, you begin to see their success as proof that prosperity is available to everyone. You start to realize that their success is a sign that abundance is possible for you, too. One of the most important aspects of cultivating a prosperous mindset is learning to appreciate what you already have. Gratitude is a powerful tool that can instantly shift your perspective from one of lack to one of abundance. When you are grateful for what you have, whether it's your health, your relationships, or the money you already have in your bank account, you are sending out a powerful message to the universe that you are open to receiving more. Gratitude shifts your vibration to a higher frequency, and when you vibrate at a higher frequency, you begin to attract more of what you desire. A prosperous mindset is also about having a growth-oriented attitude. People with a growth mindset believe that they can always improve, that they can learn new skills, and that there is always room for personal and financial growth. This mindset allows them to take risks, embrace opportunities, and learn from their mistakes. They understand that setbacks and challenges are not signs of failure, but opportunities to grow and improve. People with a prosperous mindset are not afraid to fail because they see failure as a part of the journey towards success. They view challenges as stepping stones, not obstacles, and they use every experience, whether positive or negative, as an opportunity to grow. In contrast, a fixed mindset, which is rooted in scarcity, sees failure as a permanent state. People with a fixed mindset are afraid to take risks because they believe that failure means they are not good enough or capable of success. They view challenges as insurmountable obstacles rather than opportunities for growth. This mindset keeps them stuck in a cycle of fear and limitation, preventing them from reaching their full potential. A prosperous mindset is also about having a sense of deservingness. People who believe they are deserving of wealth and success are more likely to receive it. They don't believe that they have to prove their worthiness or work themselves to the bone to earn what is rightfully theirs. They understand that prosperity is their birthright, and they are open to receiving it. This sense of deservingness is not rooted in arrogance or entitlement, but in self-love and self-respect. It is the understanding that you are worthy of all the abundance the universe has to offer, simply because you exist. When you adopt a prosperous mindset, you begin to operate from a place of confidence and trust. You trust that the universe has your back and that you are always supported. You stop worrying about the how and focus on the what. You focus on what you want, not on how it will happen. You trust that the universe will guide you to the right opportunities and people, and that everything you need will come to you at the perfect time. The prosperous mindset is also about taking inspired action. It's one thing to think positively and believe in abundance, but it's another thing entirely to take action toward your goals. A prosperous mindset doesn't wait for things to happen. It makes things happen. People with a prosperous mindset are proactive, not reactive. They take the steps necessary to create the wealth and success they desire, and they do so with confidence and determination. They trust their intuition and follow the guidance they receive, knowing that each step they take brings them closer to their financial goals. A key part of taking inspired action is being open to new opportunities. When you operate from a mindset of abundance, you are constantly on the lookout for ways to create more wealth and success. You are not limited by your current circumstances or by what you think is possible. You are open to new ideas, new ways of thinking, and new ways of making money. You understand that opportunities are everywhere, and you are willing to explore new paths that lead to greater abundance. A prosperous mindset also means being patient and persistent. The journey to wealth is not always a smooth one, and there may be times when things don't go according to plan. But when you have a prosperous mindset, you understand that setbacks are temporary, and they do not define your future. You keep going, knowing that every step you take brings you closer to your ultimate goal. You stay focused, stay positive, and keep moving forward with faith in yourself and in the universe. Abundance is a natural part of the universe, and it is our divine right to experience it in every aspect of our lives. Just as the sun rises each day without fail, and the ocean's tides follow a perfect rhythm, abundance is always available to us. It is not something we have to fight for or chase after. It is something that is always present, waiting for us to recognize it and align ourselves with it. The problem arises when we forget that we are already connected to this source of abundance. We become distracted by the noise of our external circumstances and begin to believe that we are separate from the wealth, opportunities, and resources that are available to us. To align with divine supply means to remember that we are always connected to the universal flow of abundance. We are never separate from it, no matter what our current financial situation may look like. The universe is always providing for us, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. The air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink, these are all forms of abundance that are available to us freely and without hesitation. But abundance is not just limited to the physical realm. It extends to our finances, relationships, health, and personal fulfillment. The more we understand that we are always connected to this divine source, the more easily we can access and receive the abundance that is waiting for us. One of the most powerful ways to align with divine supply is through gratitude. When we begin our day by expressing gratitude for the things we already have, we are signaling to the universe that we are open to receiving more. Gratitude is a magnetic force. It draws more of the things we appreciate into our lives. The more we focus on the blessings we already have, the more we invite additional blessings to flow in. It's as though the universe says, "You appreciate what you have. Here is more for you to appreciate." The more grateful we are, the more abundance we attract. Gratitude shifts our energy from lack to abundance. When we focus on what we don't have, we are inadvertently attracting more of the same, more things to feel lacking about. But when we focus on what we do have, no matter how small it may seem, we begin to recognize the many ways in which the universe is already providing for us. By giving thanks for the money we already have, for the opportunities that are available to us, and for the abundance that surrounds us, we begin to shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. And once we make this shift, we open ourselves up to receiving even more. Aligning with divine supply also means trusting that everything we need is already on its way. The universe does not withhold abundance from us. It is always flowing toward us, but we must be in a state of openness and receptivity to receive it. Sometimes, we block the flow of abundance by holding on too tightly to our fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs. We might believe that we are not worthy of financial success, or that there is not enough to go around, and these beliefs act as barriers that prevent the flow of abundance from reaching us. Trusting in divine supply means letting go of the need to control the outcome. It means surrendering the how and focusing on the what. Instead of obsessing over the specific ways in which abundance will come to us, we trust that the universe knows the best path for us. We let go of our attachment to a particular outcome and allow ourselves to be guided toward the opportunities and experiences that will bring us the wealth and success we desire. By trusting in divine supply, we allow the universe to deliver the abundance that is rightfully ours in the perfect form and at the perfect time. This trust also requires us to believe that we are worthy of receiving all the good that is available to us. We are worthy of financial success, love, health, and happiness. So often, people hold themselves back from receiving abundance because they believe they don't deserve it. They may feel guilty for wanting more or believe that wealth is only for a select few. But divine supply is not limited to the privileged. It is available to all of us. When we align ourselves with the belief that we are deserving of wealth and abundance, we open ourselves up to receiving everything that the universe has in store for us. It is also important to note that divine supply is not limited by our current circumstances. Many people believe that they cannot experience abundance until they have a certain amount of money, a certain job, or a certain level of success. But the truth is that abundance is not dependent on external conditions. It is an internal state of being. When we align ourselves with the energy of abundance, we can begin to experience wealth and prosperity no matter what our external circumstances may look like. The more we focus on the abundance that is already available to us, the more the universe will show us additional ways in which abundance is flowing into our lives. As we align ourselves with divine supply, we also begin to see the ways in which the universe is working in our favor. We begin to notice the synchronicities, the opportunities, and the signs that are guiding us toward greater abundance. The universe communicates with us through our intuition, our thoughts, and the experiences we encounter. These are not coincidences, they are the universe's way of showing us the path toward our desires. By paying attention to these signs and acting on the inspiration we receive, we allow ourselves to be led toward the financial success and prosperity that we seek. Another aspect of aligning with divine supply is the understanding that abundance is not a limited resource. The universe is infinite, and its supply of wealth, opportunities, and resources is limitless. There is no shortage of abundance, only a shortage of awareness that it is available to us. When we operate from a place of lack, we believe that there is not enough to go around, and we act from a place of fear and scarcity. But when we understand that abundance is infinite, we begin to operate from a place of faith and trust. We stop competing for resources and start collaborating with the universe to create even more abundance. When we align with divine supply, we become more attuned to the subtle energies of abundance. We begin to recognize the opportunities that are available to us and take inspired action toward creating the wealth and success we desire. The universe will always provide us with what we need, but we must be willing to receive it. We must trust that we are worthy of it, and we must be open to the many ways in which it can come into our lives. This alignment is not something that happens overnight. It is a continuous process of releasing limiting beliefs, embracing abundance, and trusting the flow of the universe. But as we practice aligning with divine supply, we begin to see the results in our lives. We start to experience more financial flow, more opportunities, and more fulfillment. Abundance is not something we have to chase after. It is something that is already available to us, and once we align ourselves with it, it naturally flows into our lives. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe, a force that has the ability to transform our lives in ways that seem almost miraculous. It is more than just a polite gesture or a simple thank you for something received. It is an energy, a vibration that resonates at a high frequency. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the doors of abundance. When we truly embrace gratitude, when we express it from the depth of our hearts, we tap into a universal law that brings us closer to our desires, whether it is wealth, love, health, or personal fulfillment. The act of being grateful for what we have, no matter how small or large, is a way of signaling to the universe that we acknowledge the blessings that have already been given to us. The universe responds by giving us more to be grateful for. It's as though the universe has a mirror-like quality. When we focus on what we are grateful for, it reflects back to us more of the same. Gratitude is the seed that, when planted in the soil of our hearts, grows into a magnificent garden of abundance. But the power of gratitude goes even deeper than just attracting more blessings. It's a mindset that shifts our entire perspective on life. When we make gratitude a daily practice, we train our minds to focus on the positive aspects of our lives. Instead of getting bogged down by what we lack or the challenges we face, we begin to see the abundance that is already present. Gratitude teaches us to shift our attention from scarcity to abundance, from limitation to possibility. When we focus on what we have and express gratitude for it, we begin to recognize the wealth of resources, love, and opportunities that are available to us right now. This shift in focus is essential to manifesting more abundance in our lives. The law of attraction operates on the principle that like attracts like. If we are constantly focused on lack, whether it's lack of money, lack of opportunities, or lack of love, then we are sending out vibrations of scarcity, and that is what we will attract. On the other hand, when we focus on abundance, when we consciously choose to feel grateful for what we have, we align ourselves with the frequency of prosperity. As we resonate with the energy of abundance, we begin to attract more of it into our lives. Gratitude also has a powerful impact on our emotional state. Our emotions are like magnets, drawing experiences and circumstances that match our energy. When we are grateful, we feel joy, appreciation, and contentment. These emotions are aligned with the energy of abundance, and they act as magnets for more positive experiences. Gratitude raises our vibration, lifting us up from feelings of lack or despair to a higher frequency where we are open to receiving. This shift in emotional energy is crucial because it puts us in a receptive state. When we are in a state of gratitude, we are more likely to notice opportunities that we might have otherwise missed. We become more attuned to the flow of abundance, and we act on the inspiration and opportunities that arise. Moreover, gratitude allows us to experience a sense of inner peace and fulfillment, which is key to creating outer abundance. When we are content with what we have, we are no longer desperately chasing after things, seeking validation, or trying to fill a void. Instead, we feel complete in the present moment. This inner fulfillment creates a solid foundation for external success. As we become more at peace with ourselves, we create the space for more prosperity to flow into our lives. Abundance follows those who are at peace within themselves, for they are aligned with the natural flow of the universe. In addition, gratitude plays a crucial role in reprogramming our subconscious mind. Our subconscious is like a garden. It takes in whatever seeds we plant in it, whether they are positive or negative. If we constantly focus on what we don't have, what's going wrong in our lives, or how far away we are from our goals, we are planting seeds of scarcity in our subconscious. These seeds then grow into beliefs and thought patterns that continue to shape our reality. But when we consciously choose to express gratitude, we are planting seeds of abundance. The more we focus on what we are thankful for, the more we reinforce the belief that there is always enough. Over time, these beliefs begin to take root, and our subconscious mind begins to align with the energy of abundance. Another remarkable aspect of gratitude is its ability to shift our perception of money. Many people have a negative or fearful relationship with money. They see it as something that is difficult to come by, something that requires hard work and sacrifice. They may feel that they are not worthy of wealth or that money is the source of stress and conflict in their lives. But when we practice gratitude for the money we already have, whether it's a small amount or a large sum, we shift our relationship with it. We stop viewing money as something scarce and start seeing it as a tool that supports our well-being. We begin to understand that money is not the source of our happiness, but rather a reflection of our thoughts, beliefs, and energy. Gratitude allows us to see money as a positive force, a means of exchange that supports our goals and desires. As we become grateful for the money we have, we open ourselves up to receiving even more. Gratitude also has a transformative effect on our relationships. When we focus on what we appreciate in the people around us, we create stronger, more positive connections. Instead of focusing on their flaws or shortcomings, we begin to see their qualities and contributions in a new light. This shift in perspective enhances our relationships, making them more fulfilling and harmonious. The energy of gratitude is contagious, and as we express our appreciation for others, they are more likely to reciprocate. This creates a cycle of positivity and abundance that continues to grow and expand. In relationships, as in life, gratitude breeds more of what we focus on. By expressing gratitude for the people in our lives, we invite more love, support, and connection into our experience. When we talk about gratitude in the context of abundance, it's important to remember that it is not about waiting for the perfect conditions to feel grateful. Many people believe that they will be able to feel grateful once they achieve a certain level of success or attain a particular goal. But the truth is, gratitude is not something that is earned. It is something that is practiced. We can choose to be grateful right now, in this very moment, no matter what our external circumstances may be. Gratitude is a choice, a decision we make to focus on the positive aspects of our lives, no matter how small they may seem. One of the most effective ways to incorporate gratitude into our daily lives is by starting each day with a gratitude practice. As soon as we wake up, we can take a moment to reflect on the things we are grateful for. We can make a list of the blessings in our lives: our health, our family, our home, our job, our friends, or simply the fact that we are alive. Taking the time to acknowledge these blessings sets a positive tone for the rest of the day. It shifts our focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. Gratitude at the start of the day serves as a powerful reminder that we are already surrounded by wealth in its many forms, and that more is on its way. Even if we are going through challenging times, we can still find things to be grateful for. Gratitude does not require perfection or ideal circumstances. It simply requires us to focus on the good that is already present, no matter how small it may seem. When we choose to practice gratitude, even in difficult times, we align ourselves with the energy of abundance, and that energy starts to multiply. Gratitude is not just a tool for attracting wealth. It is a way of life. It shifts our focus from what we don't have to what we do have, and in doing so, it opens the door to greater abundance. As we practice gratitude daily, we start to see more blessings in our lives, and our relationship with money, success, and prosperity transforms. The more we are grateful for the things we have, the more we attract to be grateful for. Gratitude is the bridge that connects us to the abundance that is already available to us. The more we focus on what we have, the more the universe responds with more to appreciate. Taking inspired action is one of the most vital steps in manifesting abundance. While thinking positively and aligning our energy with prosperity are crucial elements, they cannot fully materialize into results unless we also take deliberate action. Action is the bridge that connects our thoughts and desires to our reality. It's the physical manifestation of our intentions and the universe's response to our vibrational alignment. However, not just any action will do. It's the inspired, intuitive action that truly propels us toward the success and abundance we seek. Inspired action is different from the type of action driven by fear, desperation, or obligation. When we take action out of a sense of duty, or because we feel that it's the only way to succeed, the energy behind that action is often out of alignment with abundance. It's motivated by scarcity or a belief that we must struggle or fight for what we want. Inspired action, on the other hand, comes from a place of clarity, intuition, and alignment. It's the action that feels effortless, natural, and in tune with our inner guidance. It's the moment when we receive a clear idea or insight that seems to come from within, and we act on it with confidence, knowing that it's the right step to take. The key to taking inspired action is to first create space for it. We need to cultivate an environment, both externally and internally, where inspiration can flow freely. This requires clearing out the mental clutter, the doubts, and the distractions that prevent us from hearing our inner guidance. The more we align ourselves with the energy of abundance through gratitude, positive thinking, and visualization, the clearer the signals become, and the more easily we can identify the next steps we need to take. This process isn't about forcing anything or struggling to figure out the perfect plan. It's about creating a mental and emotional state that allows the right ideas, opportunities, and actions to naturally flow toward us. One of the most common misconceptions about manifesting abundance is that it involves waiting for everything to fall into place before taking action. Many people think they have to have everything perfectly planned out or fully prepared before they can begin. However, inspired action often involves stepping into the unknown with faith and trust, even when we don't have all the answers. It's about taking the next logical step, trusting that the universe will guide us to the right places at the right times, even if the entire path isn't yet clear. When we act from a place of trust and belief in the process, the next steps unfold with greater ease, and we begin to see how everything aligns to create the abundance we desire. It's important to note that inspired action doesn't always mean big, bold moves. Sometimes the most powerful action is small and seemingly insignificant, like making a phone call, sending an email, or researching a new opportunity. These small steps, when taken in alignment with our goals, accumulate over time and lead to bigger results. Each step is a message to the universe that we are open, willing, and ready to receive what's coming our way. The universe doesn't require us to take giant leaps every day. It simply wants us to stay in motion, taking whatever steps we are guided to take, and trusting that those steps are leading us exactly where we need to go. The process of taking inspired action also requires letting go of the need for perfection. Perfectionism is often a mask for fear. When we try to control every aspect of our journey and insist on having everything perfect before we take action, we are essentially blocking the flow of abundance. Perfectionism comes from a place of self-doubt and a fear of failure. It tells us that unless everything is flawless, we are not worthy or capable of success. In reality, the universe responds to our willingness to take action, not to the perfection of that action. Taking inspired action, no matter how small or imperfect, signals to the universe that we are ready to move forward, and it creates momentum that propels us toward our goals. One of the most beautiful aspects of inspired action is that it often feels like a natural extension of who we are. When we are in alignment with our desires, the steps we need to take seem to appear effortlessly. We often receive intuitive nudges or moments that feel like they come out of nowhere, but in reality, they are the result of our alignment with the universe's flow. It's as if the universe is speaking directly to us, providing us with the guidance we need to take the next step. These moments of inspiration often arise when we least expect them, and they can lead to significant breakthroughs or opportunities. For example, you might have an idea to reach out to a specific person in your network, even though you haven't spoken to them in years. At the time, it might seem like a random thought, but when you act on it, you discover that this person has exactly the information or resources you need to move forward with your business or financial goals. Or perhaps you feel an urge to take a different route home from work, and as a result, you bump into someone who introduces you to a lucrative business opportunity. These moments are not coincidences. They are the universe's way of guiding you toward the abundance that is already yours. It's essential to trust that these inspired actions are leading you in the right direction. Even if they don't immediately make sense, or if they seem to take you off course, trust that the universe knows what it's doing. Sometimes, what we perceive as a detour is actually the path that will bring us closer to our ultimate goal. By staying open to the signs and acting on our intuition, we align ourselves more closely with the universe's plan for our success. Another important aspect of taking inspired action is perseverance. Inspired action doesn't mean that everything will always go smoothly or that we will never face challenges along the way. There will be times when we encounter setbacks or obstacles, but this doesn't mean that we should stop moving forward. It means that we need to stay committed to the process, trust that the universe is still guiding us, and keep taking inspired steps in the direction of our goals. Every obstacle is an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine our approach. The more we keep moving, even in the face of adversity, the more we prove to ourselves and the universe that we are ready to receive the abundance that is on its way. It's also important to note that taking inspired action requires a sense of gratitude and a deep belief in our own worthiness. When we feel grateful for the opportunities that come our way, and when we believe that we are deserving of the abundance we are seeking, we act with confidence and clarity. Gratitude enhances the energy behind our actions, making them more powerful and effective. Believing in our worthiness helps us step into the fullness of our potential and take bold, courageous actions that move us closer to our dreams. Taking inspired action is an essential part of the manifestation process because it shows the universe that we are not passive participants in our own lives. We are actively co-creating with the universe, making choices, and taking steps that align with our desires. By doing so, we create a powerful feedback loop. The more we act in alignment with our goals, the more the universe responds by sending us the resources, opportunities, and people we need to succeed. The more we trust ourselves and our intuition, the more we are guided toward the abundance that is already waiting for us. Now, I challenge you to start this practice every morning. Set aside a few moments each day to say, "My bank account is overflowing with wealth," with full belief in its power. Watch how your thoughts and feelings about money begin to shift. Be open to receiving the abundance that is rightfully yours. Your words are a seed, and the universe is fertile soil. Plant them every morning, and you will soon see the miracle of financial overflow manifest before your eyes. Start today, and remember, wealth is not a far-off dream. It's your divine right, and it's waiting for you to claim it.